It's fantastic to see all the other unions here, to see the trade union movement coming together and working in solidarity to oppose this terrible practice of firing rehire. So I don't necessarily want to single anybody out in case I forget anybody, but I do want to say something to Paul directly. Paul Novak, who's the Deputy General Secretary of the TUC. Paul, you have a fantastic team at the TUC in the Southwest. They have been brilliant. They've been with us every day. They've come along, they've supported us. And from everybody in Clarks and from everybody at Community, we do want to say a big shout out and a big thank you to everybody at the Southwest TUC. So, addressing the issue, I think the reason why we all feel so strongly and so passionately about fighting what Clarks are trying to do to the workforce in the distribution centre is because we've seen this fire and rehire going across the economy, and it's happening in more and more workplaces. Bad bosses are watching, they've got an eye on it, and if they think they can get away with it, it might be Clarks today, it could be somebody else, and it will almost certainly be somebody else tomorrow. I don't want to make a political speech, that's not really what we're here for today, but you cannot ignore the politics of what's happened over the last few weeks. We've seen Boris tell us all that the Tories are now the party for working people. They're the party of the working class. They've smashed through the red wall seats, the Labour seats in the Midlands and the North, and they are now representing working people. But they failed at the very first hurdle where they could have done something about this terrible practice, and they could have shown that the rhetoric wasn't just that actions speak louder than words. So when Barry Gardiner, and he came down the street and he visited our members on the picket line, when Barry Gardiner's bill went before Parliament, Boris Johnson not only opposed it, but he whipped all his MPs to oppose it, including the local MP for this area, who at the end of the day will answer to you at the next time the election comes around at the ballot box. So they try to say that they're the party for us, they're the party for working people. And we've had this message from Billy Bragg, a fantastic message. We're trying to play it, we'll see if we can get the technology to work. But Billy Bragg has been very, very supportive in what he said in support of the Clarks workers. So when I was thinking about what has been said in the last few days and thinking about what the Tories have done to us in opposing banning fire and rehire, there's a famous line that some of you may or may not know, a song that Billy Bragg wrote many years ago about a different issue and a different set of circumstances, but there's one line that rings true, and it's as true here as it was then. When you see these people, it's simple. Whose side are you on? Because we know whose side we're on. We know whose side we're on. We're on your side. And the last few days, and I am going to try and address it, I mean, I've got to be careful because there's probably a legal process to go through, but I've seen the terrible and disgraceful attacks on the pickets and on the workers and on Clarks people. Don't let them get you down. Don't let them win. Hopefully today, seeing the people that are here and the people that support you and that have got your back, take some strength, take some comfort from that. If they want to attack the union, fine, I'm not bothered. They can attack the union. It doesn't mean anything to me. What they don't get is they are totally missing the point. The union doesn't vote to go on strike. The union doesn't go on strike. You are the union and we are you. You voted to reject the terrible practice of fire and rehire. And they need to wake up, smell the coffee and understand that until they start to listen to the workforce and listen to your concerns, take your views into consideration, they are not going to attract people to work there, and I don't believe they'll get people to stay there, because it's the way you treat people that gets loyalty and commitment, the type of loyalty and commitment that you've shown for many years that have worked there. So I don't think I can say too much more at this stage other than there are other speakers to come on, but look, stay solid, stay strong, don't let them split us, stick together, and we will end fire and rehire at Clarks. Thank you.